Starting.
Let's start it.
It's starting. And everybody's in. They'll watch together. Let everybody set their volumes here. When last we met, you all were helping the Phandalinians, the refugees from across the hinterlands, make their way up the mountain pass into Axholm, the dwarven fortress that you have made ready and safe for their stay, for their refuge against Cryovane, the White Dragon, who felt like he had to make an appearance at such an occasion in his honor, and swooping down upon you from above with no warning, you all took to action, shepherding those refugees still outside up to the entryway, Carrick and Diadra, and taking the attention and the ire of the dragon up the mountainside, Professor, along with help from Bartleby and especially Kimbo Lee, Dragon Rider. Did you five ward off just long enough the attack of the dragon, people
Hello, everyone.
of Phandalin to make their way into the gates of Axholm, and for Nihilus to latch shut the causeway against the invasion. And that is where we pick up as the winged form of Cryovane has disappeared across the horizon towards what you have recently learned is amidst the range far away along the Sword Mountains resides Icefire Peak.
Well, I think we should try to get a rest in if we can before we trail after that thing. Because if we do, I don't think we're going to be back for a little while. Feeling. You know.
Yes. I almost died. I could use a good night's sleep.
Yeah, if Nihilus will let us.
That's
don't
okay.
care
We
if he
broke in
doesn't.
once.
I'm going down the chimney if he doesn't.
I make my way up to the door and pound on it heartily. Nihilus!
Yes, I'm right here!
It ran away! We need to rest! Can we come in?
You got rid of it!
Yeah, it's not dead, but it's
You
gone.
drove it off!
It's gone.
I don't think it...
Hello, everyone.
I-
Happy New Year.
I can't
I hope you guys like it.
I just... Oh! I suppose I should open the gate now.
That would be awesome.
You're.
You can close it again once we're inside.
Yeah.
If that would make you feel better.
Excellent thinking. I am very fond of this strategy myself.
Agreed.
Here. As the winch begins to slowly, the gates begin to open for you all to make your way inside. Again, the Keep of Axel.
When it's like this open, Professor just like kind of leans over a little bit and shuffles under the door.
Professor proceeds on into while the rest of you are just kind of standing there a little longer.
Well, don't wake up, I guess.
And so Professor leads the way. Kimbo, Bart will be not far behind. Dihydra and Carrick as well, I'm assuming. All right. You come into the main hall of Axe Home. And there you see a in the great hall there, a few small fires have been lit as if it were outdoors, as refugees begin to take up corners of the room where they can and try to set up a little bit of their own space, while more have begun to move through the rest of the halls and into um, some of the other side rooms. And you hear a bit of a commotion as you hear one of the refugees has discovered the bedroom and the lit fire that you had there, the barracks, the lit fire in the fireplace. And, the crowd begins to kind of slowly thin out in different directions as people try to begin to make this home. And amidst the four pillars of the great mustering hall, you survey a scene of relief and a bit of a restless positivity, we may be able to live a little longer in here than we might have been able to out there. And with that, not quite optimism, the hubbub begins to move throughout the halls. What would you like to do?
I'll start by just kind of going in towards the middle of the main hall and kind of just generally to everyone around. I'll start with just is everyone accounted for and everyone okay?
You
Just
you hear Halia respond from across the great hall. She's kind of crouched down with a certain group, and she's making her way. And as she stands up to make her way to another group, she says, "That's what I'm working on right now."
While those two are talking, I turn to Kimbo and ask him, how long do you think before they find the undead corpses we left scattered around this place?
no, I cleaned them up.
Did you get the spider corpses too?
That I might not have.
I'm gonna head up to the spider room and start doing that and claiming it as my space.
Kimbo says, "No, leave it. It'll be a surprise. It'll be a nice little surprise."
Oh, okay, you convinced me.
You guys are horrible.
More rooms upstairs. Staircase back left. If you're too cramped in here. I was not insidious. I was planning on saying that before that exchange.
A few people are kind of looking through the left door and through the far door, and they're kind of looking around quizzically, they have no idea really where to go in here yet. Trying to find do we follow someone? Do we do our own thing? And some have already set out on their own, and torches have been lit and have been passed around, and then you even see in the main hall there a brazier has been found and is lifted back up to be hung where it was before, so the light begins to build further in this ancient fortress.
Well, I there was a word. Address. That was the word. Address Halia and just tell her if there's anything I can be of assistance with, just let me know. We've driven the dragon away for now, and after a good night's rest, we plan to hopefully pursue it. So, let me help while I'm here.
Yeah, ask her. I'm gonna go take a nap.
You don't even sleep.
I can still nap. A nap is a spiritual thing. You don't need to sleep for a nap.
Halia just begins to. She praises you for just a moment and then takes you at your word and just begins to discuss some logistics with you and ways that you can help organize the people. Was there something specific you were asking Halia there that I might have missed?
No.
Okay.
I got something specific to ask Halia.
You may.
Did your Smiths, any of your Smiths, make the journey safely
That's good.
on your way here?
I certainly hope so. And she begins to look around. She doesn't see them within her eye line, but she says, I assume that we have multiple of our prospector folk from Phandalin who could wield a hammer in a smith.
Well, the smithy's in shambles, but there is a fairly impressive one here, and there are perhaps some things you could aid us in preparing for our journey if we could set the smithy to rights first. I'll show you where it is, and we can go from there.
Thank Moradin for dwarves, am I right?
Shocking that anything in here is still functional, honestly.
It is a testament to their skill.
Side note, if you happen to find any suspiciously hidden valuable objects in here, maybe let us know. There were a couple of enchanted ones hidden in nooks and crannies, and would hate for any unwitting villagers to bring out any unknown spells.
And also wouldn't want any unknown villagers to acquire anything of a paramount value, would you?
Well, I mean, I am not strapped for cash at the moment, but there really is a nasty spell on a couple of the items we found. So do be careful, at least.
Yeah, I look around.
I'll send word around, just in case.
I look around and see if Bartle is close, and I'm like, yeah, pretty much none of us are really gonna take it from you, save maybe the bard, but we really don't want anyone to get hurt.
We did find the one thing we were sure was dangerous already, though, so hopefully there's nothing left.
Her features kind of soften at that, and she... Forgive my poor manners. I am weary as the rest of the travelers. I know that we all owe you a great debt for your service to all of us.
I think everybody's a little on edge right now.
But for a moment, and you hear coming up behind you into the room now, joining in the conversation, the voice says, "For a moment we have hope," and he's picking cobwebs off of his clothing and out of his hair. I found something upstairs, but I think they're all dead.
Oh, you found them? Yeah, we thought we'd leave those for you guys, just in case you needed like food or
I've heard
anything.
spider crab legs are quite tasty. I'm a little
Oh,
unclear
yeah.
on the preparation of such a dish, but they are popular among some of my colleagues.
Hey,
Well,
Bartleby, you ever
thankfully,
had spider legs?
Man, I love those bad boys. Not quite as good as crab.
Every time I just.
I'm a little lost on the difference between the two. They both have shells and 8 legs, right?
Exoskeleton. I think it has to do with the aquatic diet that they consume versus, well,
The salt and
Dwarves.
seawater.
Also, one of them walks sideways. The other one walks forward.
that's it. That's it.
Yep.
I bet they both taste good with butter, though.
I'm gonna leave you
Professor
guys to experiment.
White
here.
Pebble, I admire your fine dining wisdom that you impart on all of us. Nihilus jumps in and says, I'm just thankful that when I saw the creatures, I, well, have been fairly dehydrated lately already.
Fair enough.
Hallie leans in. He didn't pee his pants.
Oh. I was a little lost. Thank you for clarifying. Maybe. Anyway,
I'm
the
off
smithy's
to
over there.
The smithy, absolutely, is there. Did you want to accompany me on this?
I'll just
errand?
show you where it is.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you.
Ooh,
After
I'll-
you,
Through-
Professor.
Through these doors.
I'll join you. Maybe I can help get fire started or something.
You have some experience in a smithy, do you?
Only a little. My dad was a blacksmith, and I was too young to really learn the finer points, but I did a little bit.
She just kind of. You see, like a little bit of extra respect paid your way as someone, as a woman who's had to earn every bit of recognition that she's acquired in the hinterlands in the unforgiving wilderness of Phandalin. And you three then head on towards the smithy.
There are latrines through that door. I'd recommend some improvements before they're needed, because improvements are needed. And the smithy is here.
Awesome. So you guys continue giving her the tour. Is there anything else that you wanted to do with that interaction or while you had her?
Mostly just show her where the smithy was, the latrines, make sure that everybody had found the fires that were started so that they could be distributed to the other hearths in the castle, and mention that there is a dilapidated kitchen, but with running water that the villagers could use.
She's just like steadily like growing more like appreciative. Like it's hard. It was hard for her to grasp what you guys were good for and what you'd accomplished. And then when it's like right in front of her face, the logistical side of things, she's starting to see your value a little more. And so she pulls out a couple dwarves, another elf, and a human over to get started on the smithies, and they begin to discuss plans and working together and how to get that up and going and what needs to be done there. And then as she begins to take stock in the kitchen, you just kind of see her just drift off amongst other people as she kind of gets in her element of planning and logistics. And inspiration there to Professor Whitepebble, please. And thank you.
Thank you.
absolutely. Diadra, you're kind of just watching this happen along with Professor, as she kind of gets caught up in everything that's going on and making this a livable space. Do you do anything else? Want to do anything else?
Nothing specific.
Okay. And Carrick, you kind of stayed back there with Nihilus in the mustering hall. Is there anything else that you wanted to talk about or do or say?
No. I was like, oh, oops, wait for me, guys, and then I'll go after him. Just to feel
Okay.
included.
Welcome, Kimbo.
Good time.
Hey yo, Kimbo. Still muted on the screen, I think. I didn't fix it.
He's popping out
That
the
did.
video window.
Myself.
Oh, the video pop out. Good call.
Yeah.
Good call. You're looking cleaned up. Did you get you a little shower? Or is that just
No.
the sweat of the 99?
I'm greasy AF, man.
Kind of work it.
Thanks.
Let's go.
That's always lovely to hear.
Oh,
You look good when you're fucking disgusting.
The beard is more like trimmed and proper than I've ever seen it.
Look at this mustache.
Yeah, but like it follows your face shape.
You've
in a
been
very
manscaping.
Hopper's
No.
Stranger Things season 3.
TJ just looks good when he's greasy.
My beard doesn't look that full when it's that short.
No.
This is
You
curly.
really? Wow.
You mute.
They go everywhere. It's gross.
Damn it, Jack. We got that out of the way early. We weren't supposed to do it anymore.
Do what? I can't say I know what you're talking about.
100
Kimbo.
goddamn degrees today. For you
That's
Americans.
it?
That's like every day here.
That
I live in
sucks.
Canada.
It was 83, but it was super muggy. So
83?
But
it's weird. It felt like 90 something though, even though.
I was gonna say that's
Yeah,
like,
it was
in
actually
Salt
kind of cool
Lake,
today because it rained this
Like
morning.
90 still feels okay.
Yeah.
In Indiana, 90 feels like death.
Yeah.
Oh,
90
it
feels like
goes
death
from-
and 80 feels like 90.
We get 100-degree weather days, and we get negative 40-degree weather days.
Okay, Kimbo, here's what you've missed out on. Not much. Professor and Diadra and Carrick have been working with Halia to take care of some of the logistics and help out with the refugees that have made their way back into Axholm, and they're helping get them settled and make use of the facilities. And then we're actually going to do a break fairly quickly here, and if you want, you can pull up the stream and watch like the little synopsis I did. It's the only other thing you missed out on. So if that's useful, you'll be able to do that in a minute here. But you guys are back in Axholm right now, and Nihilus is in the mustering hall.
Cleaning
What-
up the smithy. I knew you would appreciate that.
Yeah, Diadra and Professor have helped put a couple dwarves, an elf, and a human to work in the smithy. Not to just repeat
Sweet.
what you just said, but kind of I just repeated what you just said. Sorry.
And Nihilus closed the gate on us, but was kind enough to open it for us to get back in.
It didn't even
And
hesitate. So
Found the spiders. So
He
we
did find
suggested
the bodies
cooking
of the
them for dinner.
spiders. Yeah.
That's
What was
the
that?
gist.
Professor, sorry.
And we suggested cooking the spiders for dinner. That was the gist.
Yeah, they had a brief discussion with faux Bartleby on spider legs versus crab legs, but I don't think I really did them justice.
I don't think spiders have muscles. I think they just like work on hydraulics.
Gross.
Google it if you don't believe me. I think that's how it is. They,
No,
like,
I think,
No, I
I think you're right.
Right? That's just gross. Thinking about
Yeah.
it more with the giant spiders and
But
It's
you
like
could
a-
still put butter on that. Bartleby joins in.
Yeah.
You can eat hydraulics with butter.
Yes, Bartleby, you can.
It's not as good as crab. So, you all have some friends within the fortress right now that you could talk to. You all could go elsewhere. You could go to places you've been. You could talk to some of your friends about the locations around you. You could ask, maybe Bartleby actually might have some insight about the surrounding um, area, or you could just like set off for the dragon. But I suppose first you would like to take a rest.
Prof is definitely down for a snooze.
Big up rest.
And
Okay.
if all the beds in the bedroom are taken, he's guessing that there might be one upstairs that hasn't been filled yet.
Diana just slept on the floor.
I'll go sleep with the spiders. They're fuzzy.
So, because we found this cool new house for these people, you think we're getting paid, Prof?
I mean, the main thing I have in mind are some improvements for the backpack in the smithy. That's why I got them started. I think you had a project for smiths too, didn't you?
I sure did.
Well, that'll be payment enough for me. After all, 352 years of compounding interest is quite a lot. So I really only have to survive long enough to get back to the university anyway.
I can go fight people if I need to.
I'm extremely talented, so I'm never hurting for money.
Said the stripper.
Bartleby does point out to Kimbo that Halia did say something about owing us a great debt, so maybe you can cash that in someday. I mean, I don't think they have that much money either, but it's a lead.
It's all about the Benjamins, buddy. Do we have a group name? Did we figure that out yet? Are we the buddy guys?
Thought
Did that
about that
stick?
twice this week and still
Yeah.
have no good ideas.
Tell you what, this is actually good timing because you guys can go off. Carrick, you find a place by the spiders. Professor's upstairs somewhere. Where are you guys sleeping? Where are you sleeping tonight?
Somewhere near a fire, really comfortable.
I
You
accept
know Axel.
all empty beds or beds containing short people because I can lay across the bottom.
You remember seeing some beds up where the Banshee resided and her handmaidens, and there was also the Castellan's chambers up on the second floor as well.
I'm going to prop myself up against the wall by an overlook so I can keep close proximity to the doors if something was to happen.
Okay, so you want to go up to that balcony, looking out over the mustering hall?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll
Sounds
just
good.
roll up my backpack and make a little pillow out of it.
All right.
Diana goes back to where they slept the night before. Sees if anyone there might spare for a bed for a single night. Be up in the damn there and kind of figure out.
Okay.
Be down in the middle of everybody. Fine. Be more comfortable.
Carrick, for you, large spiders are to you what? You know, you've been around them dwelling in the depths of Neverwinter Wood for a lot of your life, and it's like sleeping with in the pasture with the cows.
Exactly.
All right, so you guys lay down. Kimbo, since you're comfortable with uh, where you're situated, you do get the full effect of a long rest.
Yeah.
Woo!
Diadra, you go ahead and roll persuasion for me as you try to find a bed.
Uh, oh, that would be
Okay, I don't know. How do you convince someone to give you a bed? You do it, but how do you do it?
I feel like if you really need to just give it up for just one single night, I could really use the energy to go out and do my best to vanquish this dragon.
Oh, say no more. You're our freaking hero. Come, make yourself comfortable, by all means. So
I
you
don't
also
think
get
that's what you mean by give it up.
the
Just one night. Just give it up for one night so we can vanquish another day.
You also get the effects of a long rest, Diadra.
Oh,
Carrick,
my dad. Do I
uh,
have to roll initiative?
do you cut open a spider and climb inside?
No,
Oh,
no.
okay,
This
okay.
isn't the Revenant. No.
All right, go ahead and roll me a nature check.
Nature check.
How comfortable are you mentally and emotionally around these spider corpses?
so, one is
Okay, so that actually makes sense. The spiders you grew up around, the life you left behind in the woods is just, it's almost not who you are anymore, as you've kind of grown accustomed to these more mountainous regions and become more of a mountain elf, and you just shift uncomfortably and you cannot meditate like you need to. So, would you like to find somewhere else to sleep,
I
or
was gonna
just
say,
take the effects of a medium rest?
I'm gonna sit up and like, you know what? You guys are not as fuzzy as I remember you being. So I'm just gonna break off a leg, hold it over my shoulder like a stick. I'm gonna walk back downstairs, find a spot in the like either in the smith in the like the forage area or near the fire, and just sit down cross-legged on the floor. I think get my
All right.
meditation on, throw the leg in front of the fire so I have a snack when I wake up.
Okay. All right. We'll come back to you.
Okay.
Professor, where is it that you settled again?
So the first thing I want to do is step into the room with lots of beds, the barracks there.
That's
And
where
I'm gonna
Diadra is as
see
well.
If like there's any dwarves in the beds that might leave the foot open, or any of the beds that were taken.
Okay.
And if that fails, then I'm going to go to the couple of big bedrooms upstairs that I know exist and see if there's any of those that have been missed.
You see, there is several different dwarves. There's also a couple gnomes and a halfling as well.
maybe
Who would you like to approach?
a halfling. Maybe I can sneak out and be like, hey, Professor. If you can't find anywhere, we can cuddle up. It's fine.
I just like are there anywhere like the whole beds? Are these all singles or are they?
They're mostly kind of like makeshift cushions and furniture with the stuff that people have that they're trying to, a lot of blankets and things like that have been put
fill
down.
in.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, I'm going to um, start by approaching the halfling and ask, would you mind if terribly if I used the foot of your bed for a night's rest?
She kind of blushes and raises an eyebrow or two a couple times. Aren't you one of our heroes?
Professor's gonna get lucky.
Yeah, roll for initiative.
Don't think that's what initiative means. Well, I had my small part to play, but honestly, hero has never been an aspiration nor an accurate accolade.
I saw you helping all of our folk, our lucky, lucky folk, make their way into the gate. We couldn't have done it without you.
Yes, I'd say you were very lucky that the dragon didn't find you until you were so close to shelter.
I'd say I'm very, very lucky as well. Would be happy to share my space with you.
Thank you kindly. A night's rest would do me, well, would do these old bones a heap of good.
Oh, you're not that old, are you? She kind of scoots over and just pats her little bed.
Well, I can still count the centuries on one hand, so I guess that's not as old as I could be. And I
Experienced then, aren't we? So
Enough
you're gonna lay down?
experience for a lifetime. And I'm going to lay down the opposite direction.
Okay,
With
all
my
right.
head at the foot of the bed.
As you lay down the opposite direction, you just feel a soft contact like along your upper hip area, and it just kind of moves down. And go ahead and roll for me a charisma saving throw.
Saving throw. Well, it could have been strength, right? Minus one. Glide across that 17 and land on a 7. All right, so that's 8 total.
Ooh. Her persuasion check was only a 6.
Okay.
So you can choose to ignore it for now. But we'll come
Yeah,
back
I mean,
to you.
Prof is perfectly happy for affection, appreciation, even human contact, but also he literally was on the verge. That was brink and verge mashed into one word. Verge of literal and complete death today, and is a little too tired to pursue anything else.
Is that something that you go ahead and try to explain to her to head off any further advances, or are you just sharing that right now? Sharing that with me?
Nah, he's just confident in his ability to fall asleep for at least some period of time.
Okay.
Before
All right.
anything
Well, on that note, Carrick,
distracts him from this goal.
as you begin your meditation, and you're now by the warm fire with the cool stone beneath you, you're able to kind of settle in. There's still kind of a fair amount of commotion around you and voices, but they do begin to drift off a little bit as more and more weary travelers begin to find sleep. So go ahead and roll me a a wisdom check. Let's see how zen you can meditate with advantage. You muted.
19.
Okay, you do get the benefit of a full rest.
Yeah.
Um, Professor, you feel like something maybe is like gently tickling your toes now, and you shift a little, just not sure what it is, but it's persistent, whatever it is. Um, and sometimes it's like a caress, and sometimes it's like a poke. Uh, Go ahead and roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, the professor's being insulted. Oh
Six.
no. A 6.
You're good.
Oh my lord.
I rolled 2 6s. She is a little homely. Uh, she's not really your type. It's You're really tired, and you get the benefit of a full night's rest, Professor. So, as all of you successfully uh, batten down the mental hatches and begin to slowly revive your faculties and your abilities and your health, we'll take a full long rest, and we will take a break. Maybe we'll have a Bartleby sighting. Feel free to try to persuade/bully him into joining us. Still, I can I can tell you guys to do that because you're not the DM. So, uh, and then I'll be back in a little bit here. This is going to be a little longer of a break than normal for me because I'm going to try to get something done for work in between. And if that's okay with you guys, I will keep you posted as soon as I can come back. Is that okay?
No, no problem.
Okie
cool.
dokie.
Awesome. Thanks, y'all. Talk to you soon.
Love you, bye.
Yep.
Love you, bye.
Love you. Bye.
TJ, if you wanted, you could probably go shower or something.
I don't know. I'm toying with the idea of running across the street to get some food.
Got my
I
vote.
don't want to leave. It's so hot out there, and those fucking vacuums are going.
Yeah.
Vacuums? Talking
Yeah,
about
we get
cicadas?
we got some robot vacuums.
Oh my gosh. I need you to chill.
What does that have to do with food?
I said they're just loud and annoying. They always run into me.
Chill, chill. Why do you get so snotty?
So that keeps you in your office to avoid them?
Not just eat.
Yeah.
Is there a time of day where you and Jess are both not home that you could run them?
Well, she likes to put them on when I get home for some reason because she knows I hate them. I hate them so much.
Is Jack not coming back?
Oh, he's
I
coming
don't
back.
know. Is Jack coming back?
Right. All right.
I don't know.
I'm going to say goodbye to Angela. She's going on a walk. I will be ready in like 90 seconds.
Got him.
Messing with my screen. Shut up. Man, did you watch the clip? Cool.
No,
What?
TJ's not at the bottom, but Jack.
You put it over here. My stuff.
Love you, bye.
Love you, bye.
So, Lizzie, you figured out how to make your Twitch VODs last longer than a week?
Not unless we download them. Which I don't know how long that would take, but I can try it with this one.
They used to last 2 weeks. Did they change that?
I don't know. They just
No, I think it's 2 weeks.
for a while they were adding up, and there were a bunch of them, and then they just all disappeared. So I don't understand.
I can probably download them and upload them to YouTube as like private videos or something, or non-private videos. It doesn't matter to me.
I mean, go for it. Are we ready to rock?
Yes.
Okay. You all awake the next day. It's a good 10, 12 hours for some of you. Oh, poor Kimbo never got on the watch together.
Oh, that's fine.
Ow.
Playing in my head.
You need the link, TJ?
Maybe? Where'd you post it?
In game.
Oh, yeah, I need a link.
Got it. You awaken to a bustling humdrum of activity and breakfast. Some of you slept for quite a while, Professor. And as you begin to move and stretch and feel life return to once weary limbs, now rejuvenated, refreshed, you are greeted heartily and happily by a populace currently undaunted and, as of yet, unweary of their current living arrangement. And you know that these people won't be able to last forever here or hold out a long time for any sort of meaningful siege were that to happen. With limited supplies and no incoming help besides, whatever they can hunt for on their own safely. Time still feels a bit of the essence of the situation, but for a brief moment, you take a deep breath and bask in the dawn. The portcullis is lowered across the gate, but the gates swung open inwards, and the early light breaks across the gauntlet into the mustering hall. What would you all like to do?
We should come up with a plan on how to kill this dragon. I say we recruit the locals here.
That is not happening.
You'd rather the professor die?
No, that's not gonna happen either.
Rather Carrick die?
Nobody's gonna die.
We're all gonna die.
Nope. I've said we're not, so we're not. We will come up with a strategy together, and we'll be fine.
How about that boy that's looking after Quiet? He seemed pretty full of gumption.
I will literally murder you
Should we send
Personally, I
word?
don't think
Right
we
in the
really
middle.
need much
of the town.
for bait. I mean, we have Diadric here.
See, there. Now you're talking. I was already going to suggest that I be bait. It's fine. I got my ring and my shield and.
Oh no, you can't have any of that. You have to look as non-threatening as possible, so they'll come out.
Yeah, if you're gonna be bait, we should take your ring and your shield. Just makes
This
sense,
is-
you know.
This is why we can't have nice things.
You get a little bit more nimbly,
You're not that
more
nice.
quicker.
I don't think the dragon felt particularly threatened by any of us.
It's true. Although I don't know, next
feel
time
like-
could be different.
I feel like we hurt him a little bit. He did run away.
Yes, but that was all of us, not any of us.
Well, yeah, but we'll all be there.
Just think about how much
Oh,
more we
that
could
we're
hurt
all
him
there.
if we had, I don't know, another 12 people.
These people aren't warriors. I'm not risking their lives.
I mean, yes, I'll admit that I haven't spotted anyone particularly useful so far, but we could always go back to recruit some of our older allies or the Reavers. Maybe we can use the Reavers as bait.
I have a feeling the Reapers would try to use us as bait.
What about that half orc? That's probably sold your house already.
You know, if we come across John Raskin again, if he pops out of the woodwork, I'm all for it. You know, but until then,
Anybody hear any whip cracks or horse noises? Or any other sort of manly noises?
Oh,
They
that
could
was
signal
me.
us
Sorry, says Bartleby. That was just me. Wasn't
Ah,
wasn't Don John.
dang
It's
it,
actually quite
Bartleby!
a bit cooler than if it had been Don John. Because
Yeah, it would have been. Okay, so when are we leaving?
Well, we still gotta talk to the Smiths about upgrades, people.
I say we just wing it. I mean, it's worked for us so far, right?
So far, so good.
Yeah. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
You may have been winging it for the past 6 weeks, but I have been not winging it for the past 300 years. You really don't
Okay.
survive in Candlekeep, let alone on research expeditions
Oh, thank you.
of magical artifacts, by not being prepared. For Christ's sake, I almost died walking into my colleague's study just this spring. And that was about 300 feet from my bed.
Oh. Okay. Remind me not to go to wherever that is.
Don't worry, you wouldn't be invited.
Oh. Okay. Sorry I asked. Wait, I didn't ask. Hey, shut up, Professor!
To the smithy.
Do the smithy.
To the smithy.
I'm gonna pull the spider leg out of the away from the fire, pop it open, give half of it to Bartleby. Like, hey Bartleby, you ever had one of these before? And we'll go ahead and try. I'm gonna go ahead and try that.
You try the spider leg with a disconcerting amount of crunch. Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Perception. Right on. Right on. That's a dirty 20.
With a
We just
dirty
perceived
20,
it all.
you realize that spiders don't have muscle and they're just hydraulic.
I was like, huh, all hydraulics. Who'd have thunk it?
But it's buttery.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll just slurp out of the leg. Isn't that how you eat a crab leg? I've never actually had crab leg before.
I like crack them. It's a lot of work. Too much work.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, sometimes they got like this long little tending thing, and if you pull on it, you can make their claws pinch.
Oh, the hydraulics.
No, that's not a hydraulic.
I know.
Okay. Yeah, crabs are stupid.
So,
Smithy.
what are you guys doing in the smithy?
Well, if you all recall, about 6 months ago, I asked Diadra if I could have her old shield. I've got schemes if the smithy is operational yet.
Okay.
Is the smithy operational yet?
The smithies is operational. It's coming online. They've gotten some of the supplies needed, and it's warming up. What would you like to do? Tell us about your plans, Professor.
Well, I don't think any of this should be terribly
Yeah,
complicated.
perfect. Awesome.
I've
Thank you.
got a backpack that I can ride around in, but said backpack is made out of canvas and leather, and the concept is to wrap the backpack, make it more of a steel basket that I can ride around in.
Wait, what? You're gonna like build a armored saddle to strap on me? That's what.
Think of it as a what do you call it?
Armored
Stiff-
saddle.
stiff frame backpack.
Okay.
Exterior frame backpack. There we go. Very exteriorly framed. And using the metal banding from the edge of Diadra's shield and perhaps some scraps we could find around the smithy, then riveting it all together. Shouldn't be too difficult. No real precision involved. Just bending some bars into hoops and pinning them together. I've got a plan.
I've got a plan.
Okay. It sounds feasible. Are you discussing this with the other people working in the smithy, or is this going to be your own undertaking with Diadra's help, or how do you plan to do this?
Professor is happy to oversee the work and do the finer tinkering himself, but swinging any hammer larger than a few ounces is not really in his wheelhouse.
That's fair. That is fair. Are you helping Diadra, or is the other people? Are you recruiting the other people in there already?
I can help.
Do you have proficiency with smith tools?
The proficiency is the question. I have smith tools.
You
I'm
are
going
proficient.
to
You're
either
proficient.
turn this backpack into cover or armor when inside of it. That's the concept.
You're gonna turn Kimbo into a vehicle.
Okay. So you and Diadra work together on your plan a little bit. Go ahead and both of you roll me just a straight up intelligence check to see how well you get on the same page about the course of action here,
Do we add
the
a
instructions.
bonus to that?
Yeah, intelligence will be one of those big numbers at the top there.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely using my inspiration on that roll. Come the fuck on.
Mine
Really?
is 14.
12.
Okay. You're not necessarily keen on any super fine details, but you're able to adequately communicate the general concept, and Diadra seems to have a pretty solid grasp of it. So, as you begin the crafting process, Diadra, I'm going to need from you an athletics check.
I don't like that one. I'm going to use my inspiration. That's better. Dirty 20. 23, to be exact.
Okay, with a 23, you start just getting in touch with some old muscle memory. And you never rode any bicycles in your village, but you did wield a smithy, smith's tools. You did wield a hammer, and you did work with an anvil, and it comes back to you smoothly, and you begin to mold. You begin to bend, heat and bend, and heat and bend, and hammer the basket shape that Professor has in mind. You begin to put something together that starts to coalesce in front of the professor, and Professor actually starts to like mention a couple things, and then he realizes that with a 23, it's actually looking better than he expected.
Aha!
So this is going to take a couple hours, several hours here this morning. While you guys are working on that, Kimbo and Carrick, do you guys have anything you would like to do with your downtime? Anybody you'd like to talk to? Any activities?
So I'm in the smithy, right? And I'm gonna go over to one of the guys, one of the other smiths that I work in, kind of a little quietly, I'm gonna ask him, "Hey, anybody here know how to handle a sword? A bow?"
I have crafted several swords before. Yes. So it's a dwarf you're looking quite a ways down at. Do you? I don't see a sword on you personally. Do you know someone else whose sword needs fixing?
Well, not fixing. We're gonna need some help. 'Cause here's the deal. Do you guys ever want to go back home?
Home,
Yeah?
as in Fandolin.
Anywhere? Do you want to leave this place? 'Cause let's be frank here. Your supplies aren't gonna last very long.
But personally, this is quite a bit homier than anything I put together with wood or any other such building material as what we have around us. This is quite homey indeed.
Now, let's rephrase this. Do you want all these other people in your home? Yeah, now we're talking. Because if the 5 of us go out, we fight this dragon, we might not make it back. Dragon stays here, and then you're sharing your beloved room with this elf, this bard. Nah, you don't want that. So, who here knows how to handle themselves?
You think we fight dragon? You think I leave my new home? It's
No,
walls,
you're
these
not listening.
beautiful.
Not you, but who do you know? Or are you all just frightened children hiding out in a bunker that we gave you?
That's a bit unnecessary, don't you think?
You started it, sir. Laughing at my belly button.
Wasn't personal towards your belly button, but there are some among us that can wield weapons. I give you that, but I watched from the arrow slit with bated breath as you all drove off that vile behemoth of a monster. I do not think that we can do to that kind of death what you 5 did. I don't know anyone who can do what you did.
Coward. A lot of ya. Where's Carrick?
Oh, I'm right over here. What? What's up, Kimbo? I'll come
This guy,
jogging
you don't
up.
want to talk. You don't want to talk to this guy. You're crazy. Do you think the 5 of us could kill that dragon? Be honest. Let's
Oh
be
yeah,
honest here.
oh yeah, I think so. I think we had it on the ropes earlier. I mean, yesterday.
Who is it you call coward again?
Pardon me?
I'll be back in just a
The,
second.
the vacuum cleaner ran into my door. Fucking hate that thing.
As Carrick points out that he's perfectly confident handling the dragon, the dwarf looks up at you very directly, Kimbo, and says, "Who is it you think is coward again?"
And I look down. Anyone who doesn't want to fight a dragon.
Had I the biceps, the trapezoidals, the forearms, and he slaps the side of your arm appraisingly and impressively impressed the hulking frame of one such as yourself, I maybe would have become more of a fighter than a smith, a mere coward who works with metal amidst the heat and the bellows all day, who goes down into the mines and risks his life in his own fashion to eke out a meager living amidst stones.
Put my arm around Carrick and I like pull him closer. Like, you see this man? Just kind of like, not much there. Hell of a lot braver than you.
What are you talking about? Nothing pops up. Just a couple of stick figures.
Who doesn't want to fight for their home, for their family? You get some strangers here doing all the heavy lifting.
I am not ungrateful for what you have provided for those of us who cannot fight as well as you. But also, I can't help but wonder if you only fight because you can't do anything else.
Ooh. Ooh, I see. Would you like a beer? He's good at making beer.
You have done enough for me, friend. If you are to provide me with a refreshing beverage, such as this beer you speak of, then I must offer some assistance to you from here in the smithy.
Like Carrick. What do you think about this guy?
I think he's cool. Maybe. I don't know. I didn't hear a lot of the conversation. He made me feel a little insecure about how skinny I am. So I started thinking about weightlifting. And I started thinking about where I could find some rocks.
Some rocks?
Yeah, to lift, you know, before we fight the dragon. Get a little pump up. Sorry, what was the question?
Yeah, he wants to make me some. I don't trust him anymore. Pretty sure. He's been yapping about how he's smith for trade and that's all he could do, so I don't know if his stuff is any good.
Well, if it's his trade, he's probably pretty good at it.
Yeah, you know, people like talk a big game.
We both talk a pretty big game, and we're both pretty good at what we do.
Oh, I don't talk a game. I just show it.
Oh yeah, let him show you. Maybe.
I'm the one humble enough, looking for help to fight this dragon.
Humble. Sorry, I don't think I know what that word means.
He kind of steps his way back into the conversation. I don't know what you two are debating, but the fact is, you're not wrong. We are low on supplies and materials. I do not know how much we might be able to truly help from here without the proper means, the proper metals. I suppose the mines of Fendelver are out of reach from here. The only nah, it's probably just a legend. It's probably not even true.
The only what?
As he,
Don't just leave us on a cliffhanger.
You stop him as he's turning away. I was going to say, if you all could find the shrine of Savras, then maybe there would be enough gold to go around.
Shrine of
But
Savras.
like I said, it is.
Why does that sound so
how
familiar?
They say a rural legend.
you remember what that was, Kimbo? Because I swear that's ringing a bell. Did we find
Okay.
that?
I don't know. Did we find that?
Hey, Dudra! Dudra!
She just keeps hearing. It's like you can't be talking to me.
Yeah.
Bartleby's like,
new.
are you talking to me?
No, you're Doodlebee. Hey, Doodlebee, do you remember if we ever found that shrine of Davros? Wait, what was it again?
Shrine of Davros. Are you talking about the Shrine of Savras?
Oh, yeah, that's it. Yep.
Did we
you
ever
got it.
find it?
Yeah. That's what
Do
I'm
I
asking.
look like a millionaire?
I mean,
we should have done that.
sorta. Millionaires
No,
can look like a lot of different things.
I can sometimes look like a millionaire. You're right. That was a bad example. Am I a millionaire? No. We never found the Shrine of No one's ever found the Shrine of Savras.
I bet you we could.
Why not? Yeah.
I mean, they say it's just off the Tribor Trail, just outside Coneybury, and there's some ruins there that I visited one time after a show in Coneybury before it all burnt down, and that show may or may not have had something to do with Coneybury burning down. But anyway, we got really drunk, and then they brought out the gnomish mushrooms, and we found some ruins, and we didn't find any gold. So I don't know.
Wait, you remember where the ruins were?
Yeah. Where do you remember?
Yeah, these ruins are like no secret, like where they are, but no one's ever found the gold there. And supposedly the story goes that these sayers, or these seers, these priest seers of Savras that attended this shrine and lived there, all hid their gold that they acquired over years and years before they were attacked by the barbarians from the Star Metal Hills. And the shrine was razed and burnt down, but no one ever found the gold. It's like this mythical legend, like there's just tons and tons of gold somewhere around the shrine or Coneybury or somewhere else. Maybe they took it with them. I don't know.
You know what? That gives me an idea. I think we should go find the money.
What? Why? What would we do with it at this point? She turns around and says,
That's a good question. Hey, what were we gonna do with the money, dwarf guy? What was your name?
You're gonna bash it into a gold sword?
That'd be pretty dope.
Useless.
Useless, but
gold sword.
I don't know. I think it'd be pretty cool.
If you had tons of gold and weren't you all going to Icespire Peak anyway? Nihilus joins in the conversation. You realize he's just been like standing around with you guys, like just hovering around whatever you're talking about, just not interjecting this whole morning. He's just been hanging out with y'all in like a wallflower, just in the shadows.
"What do you mean by anyway?"
Well, if you take the Tribor Trail northwards, some might say it's one way to get to the northern ranges and Icespire Peak itself.
Bam, bang, pow. 2 birds, 1 rock. Thank you, my Nihilus friend.
The dwarf joins in, though. That metaphor about birds brings up a good point. If you take the Tribor Trail, you are exposed the whole way to anything that flies.
Well, I mean, if we fried it early, that's faster we kill it.
I am also pro not walking up mountains.
Yeah.
Isn't that how we get to the dragon, though?
To
Is to
each
walk
his
up the mountain?
own. You can take the mountain pass to Icespire Peak and make your way slowly through the crags and the rocks and the ice. And it may take you longer, but maybe I'm biased. I think it would be safer amongst the hills, the mountains, to sneak up on a dragon than walking along the tribal trail would.
Well, buddy, if you've been with us for any time at all, you know that sneaking is never an option.
Sorry.
Well, in that case, maybe stop by the old shrine of Savras on your way to Icespire Peak. Just a quick jaunt off to the east, a few miles. Should hardly pose any difficulties to now experienced adventurers like yourselves.
That is very true, Nihilus. We are very skilled and experienced adventurers now. To the Tribor Trail, everybody?
Oh, hold up. We gotta figure out a game plan for what happens if we do catch this dragon. Specifically, me and you there, Carrick.
Oh, okay.
So this is what I was thinking. That was fun when I was riding that thing before.
Yeah?
Right? But what happens if he doesn't land this time? I can only jump so high, man.
Well,
I got
maybe
a
we
backpack
do.
full of rope. You got a backpack full of arrows. I'm sure we can tie a rope around a couple arrows, get them ready. Shoot them in there, and then I climb up the rope.
Oh, yeah, that could work. That could
I'm
work.
Brainstorming
Eric's
here.
slow this morning.
Just trying to figure out ways to mount this dragon.
That would work. If you really
This
want to
is
mount
why
the dragon,
I
though.
stay in the mountain and you go kill dragon.
Well, here's the thing there, Smithy. If there was more of us, I wouldn't have to be doing this.
What did I
It's-
say?
Not as valuable as my life, perhaps, but this rope. He's
Oh, I
pulled
thought
it
he was
out
just
from a
flexing
pack.
on us.
I thought he was flexing too. I was like, does this guy want to fight?
Tosses up this length of rope to you guys, so you have a little extra rope for your travel.
And I'll try and
For-
catch it, and it'll
for
crush
arrows.
me.
And for
Unravel all around you.
I assume you also use rope trick at least once more this campaign. So
Does
It's
it have
an
a max of
underrated
50
spell.
feet?
Don't at me.
It's not really freaking awesome.
It's so fucking dumb. Like, it accomplishes nothing. And you can do stupid shit. Yeah, I mean, like, we could always cast rope trick and then drop onto the dragon. That does seem rather easier than shooting an arrow with a heavy rope attached to it. I mean, ballistic physics suggests that a rope attached to an arrow would significantly decrease the effectiveness of the arrow.
Pray tell, Professor.
Yeah, can you like draw us a diagram? Because I really don't understand what you're talking about. All I would have to do is
Alright.
shoot an arrow, and then the rope would follow it.
Are you
'Cause
sure
it's
you can
tied
get the
together.
rope trick off quick enough before we all get eaten?
The professor pulls a piece of charcoal. I presume we're using charcoal at this point. Out of the corner of the smithy that's not burning, and draws on the floor
Like,
a
that's pretty
nice
baller.
ballistic arc of,
His helmet.
and says, "This is an arrow in flight." And then he draws like a curve that starts at the beginning and just points straight into the ground. And this is the flight of an arrow with a rope attached to it. I mean, yes,
Interesting.
it goes somewhere, but not very far and not very
I think we
fast.
should test this. Let's test this
Okay.
theory of the professor's.
Let's do it.
We can
Tie a
grab
rope
some
around.
rope, head outside.
I hope the dragon eats you.
I hope not.
Well, I hope so too. If everybody's gonna be so mean, me and Kimbo are just over here brainstorming. Or Kimbo's brainstorming. I'm more of a doer than a thinker.
I like
yes,
the
the
rope trick
classic-
idea.
Dinker trio. Too bad
I
neither
say,
of them have a thinker.
We can just take the rope, and whichever plan seems like it'll be more effective in the moment is the one we can do. I guess.
I mean, I suppose.
In related news, there's enough space for all of us up there inside the rope trick bubble. Maybe we just fill it full of rocks and then dismiss it and drop the rocks on the sleeping dragon.
Does it work that way? Does it hold an inventory in its extra dimensional space?
I mean, it's enough room for 6 people. That's a lot of rocks.
Well, but
And how do we get the rocks up there?
I don't know. Pulleys? Or you climbing the rope a lot of times?
yeah, I was about to say, we can't load it up while it's above the dragon. It's gonna wake up and eat us. And it can't move.
You're mostly right. It would be really funny if it worked, though.
It would be. It'd be like those drawings I would look at as a kid. Drawings, yeah.
Funny drawings.
Scratch that. Not what I meant.
I'm glad you enjoyed literature as a child. Heard that's good for the development.
Oh yeah, I was a real book nerd. Always in the book room, looking at the books.
The book room.
What else do you guys call the book room? Don't make fun of me. It's a room for books. What else would it be called?
In common tongue, the normal usage suggests library.
Library. Oh God. Say the word right. Library. Huh. I like it. I'm going to use that instead of book room from now on. Okay.
Too many syllables.
Syllables?
Yeah, there was like 8 of them when you said it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, does this constitute a plan?
No. No, I'm pretty confident
No?
it
Oh.
does not. It is a frost dragon. Perhaps there's some tar or oil about that we might use. You know, fire and ice, fight fire with fire, except the opposite of that.
I mean, we have 2 enchanters, right?
Then he'd be slippery.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to light flammable things on fire, but I don't.
But don't
think
you remember how
dragons are
cold it was
flammable.
around him?
Yes,
Fine.
and I mean, change it, right? He's cold. Warm him up. It's gotta be.
I
bad.
don't think that's how it works. And we'll be in his house, and hopefully in his house. Maybe hopefully not in his house. Oh boy.
One of my friends has suggested to me in the past, maybe we summon a distraction. What if we brought a horse or something that the dragon could think was a meal, and then we can pounce on it from there.
Yeah, that might be a good idea. How do you
Should
want
get
to
Pell-
summon stuff?
Should get Pell over here. With Quiet.
Oh yeah, Quiet would
Quiet.
love doing that. He loves
I
playing
don't know
with
that
other
the
animals.
dragon would be attracted to eat a skeleton horse, though.
Hey, dragons need toothpicks too. And Quiet's he's a tough horse.
Maybe Bartleby could make an illusion of one and lure the dragon to us.
You know what? Write that down. Remind me of that later. I probably won't remember. Just being upfront with you guys.
Yeah. Secretary? Wait. Do we have a secretary?
Secretary.
Thanks, Dooja. Yeah. You just write that down in your shield.
Have we been traveling together and you can't even say my name right?
I know what your real name is. This is an affectionate nickname. Dooja. It's a mix of dude and your other name and your actual name.
My other name.
Dooja. I like it. I think it's got a nice. It's not a ring. It's like an ooh, a nice U to it.
Alright, so when do you guys want to take off? We should send Nihilist to raise us an army. And we'll rally the troops and take off.
Send me to what exactly?
Don't listen
we're
to
not
him.
gonna we're not gonna conscript anybody. It's gonna be volunteers. Strictly people who want to fight for their right
To party.
to party. With the buddy guys.
The buddy guys.
Seems to me that was always a skill of my brother's.
Brother.
Wow.
Brother. Oh,
Yeah, he
brother.
was good at that.
He died real hard.
Yeah, I remember.
I'm scared.
I was
If
there.
Fasir were here, he would certainly be able to band a group of people together to overcome some sort of challenge, I'm sure.
You really like just sniping in the heart me with that one every time. Every week.
Maybe
He just-
Nihilist, you can use that as inspiration to rally the troops.
I'm not sure I'm really fit for those kinds of skills, but for Seer, he always saw the way different people fit together like cogs in a well-oiled machine. You all are living proof.
Above
I
table,
wonder-
you should have just gave us all children that showed up.
Our army of children.
I would have literally like kicked him out of Axel.
We needed
Onward,
a
kids!
snack to bait the dragon with. Kids are nice and tender.
If
and soft.
if some of you guys had done some proactive philandering about 18 years ago, you could have had your own army.
Sorry, I wasn't old enough for that yet.
Yeah, I think I might have been just a
That was
age.
a little too recent.
I guess we're on our own then.
18 decades ago, I was doing a little philandering.
Well,
I was
if
4.
18
My-
decades ago? Your grandmother
no,
wasn't
18
born
years
yet.
ago.
I do understand your strategic thinking to acquire allies and gather the might of numbers to dash upon the rocks of the dragon is certainly admirable, but I can't help but think that if my brother thought you five were enough, then enough you may be.
I agree.
Oh, we're all gonna die.
Yeah, probably, but we're gonna die together.
We're all gonna die.
Yeah,
Okay.
that can be our war chant. We're all gonna die. We're all gonna. We can really like mind games the dragon.
Okay. Well, we're gonna need some provisions. We're gonna need some stuff. Thinking worst case scenario here.
Like some crosses for our graves, some shovels to dig with.
Kinda, yeah.
Are you talking about living provisions?
Oh, we should. Is there a person that makes potions and healing and stuff in this place? Did we say one of those people or two of those people?
Well, Rosalind's here, but she said stuff like healing potions takes months to make.
You may need to check your inventories on those because I know she gave you everything she had when you spoke on the trail.
Yeah, I
So
got
some of you might have some.
my inventory says mysterious fluid. That's what she. That's what I
Sorry,
got
left
from
that
her.
in the bag, didn't I?
Okay.
Healing, or it says no idea what this does. ...
Was that from Rosalind?
I don't remember how I got that.
No, that was from the hole after we killed the boar, like the little cave in the orc camp.
Yeah.
I think.
Like underneath the hill.
Oh.
Can I have?
And you never looked at it anymore. I know what that is.
We
Yeah,
sort of
I
looked
don't-
at it.
you don't yet.
I think we found out what it was,
Did you?
but I don't remember anymore.
I think it's
somebody
like
tried it.
I think it's like the Stone's endurance thing.
I
Something like
have
that sounds familiar. Yeah.
Yeah.
1 potion of greater healing and 1 potion of superior healing.
Oh, the potion freaking hoarder over here.
Yeah, I have my poles collapsing.
There's
My
an
erector
immovable
set.
rod around here somewhere.
Yep, that's not me. Yeah.
Who's
Yeah,
got that
but-
immovable rod?
But immovable rod plus stupid idea equals dragon can't get off the ground.
Or
Professor,
or
you look
hear me
like
out.
you're just the right size to slit down that throat without getting hurt.
exactly.
What?
Yeah, but beat me to it. All one of us has to do is make the sacrifice play. Get eaten. Might not even die that fast.
I was conceptualizing above the dragon, not inside the dragon.
Yeah, so
But
we
couldn't
should
he
just
just
make sure
walk
Kimbo has
around it?
that, and when he drops out a rope trick onto the dragon, he can just.
And then the
Push
dragon
that.
just goes underneath it. Keeps on.
Okay,
Keeping
so
on.
you stunning strike it, it falls to the ground, and then you use the immovable rod.
That took all of my key points for one strike.
That might be less helpful. No, I don't know. I mean, if that works, then I just come up with my dragon killing sword, and we're all good.
Oh yeah, it'd be nice if you could use the thing.
It'd be nice if it wasn't 50 feet in the air.
It'd be
Maybe
nice
you
if
should
we
have
had
done
a
something
rope
cool.
tied to an arrow, tied to you. Problem
See?
solved.
That would work so much better.
How about you just take it? You just take my sword and you just shoot it like an arrow straight at it.
Want to try that? You should practice.
No. I am absolutely 100% joking.
Oh.
Oh.
It seemed like a pretty good idea, honestly. Then we'll tie the rope to it, so we can get it back.
Somehow I feel like we've gotten nowhere.
I think we have a whole mess of plans, and I think we just got to sort of jump in and pick whichever apply the best.
But what happens if we all pick different ones?
I think we just sort of got a mind meld here. Okay? Or we just go with if he's in the air, we do something with rope. Or if he's on the ground, you hit it with your sword.
Well, yeah.
Brilliant.
I can't imagine we would need much more of a plan. Maybe stay spread out so he has to pick which one of us to try and kill. Taunting's always good. Everybody get your zingers in.
Can we at least agree that I will try to keep its focus and not have it trying to go in 6 different ways?
I'm perfectly
The
fine
blinking.
with never having the eye of the dragon directed towards me again.
I mean,
That
I'm okay
was-
with it too. As long as he can still hear my. I've been practicing my Draconic, and I had a couple of really good Yo Mama jokes in Draconic ready for him. But that's about it. We could like surround him.
So what's the plan? Drop down from a rope trick?
That
Make a
seems more
music
sensible.
box that triggers the immovable rod, strap it to a sheep, and send the sheep towards the dragon.
Now that's the smartest thing I've ever heard you say, Professor.
I mean, if we
It's
had
simple,
a
it's
music
elegant,
box
it's
and a
foolproof.
sheep.
I can make a music box. I've done it before. It's not that complicated.
Do we have a sheep?
How does the music box activate the rod? Doesn't the music box just
Well,
a
the music
box
box
of music?
turns, and you just wrap a string around the drum and over the button for the immovable rod, and a little bit of bracketry to hold it in place. Couldn't be that difficult. Of course, I usually have, the experimentalists to build my concepts and test them, the experts. But I am proficient in some tinkering.
Okay, what's plan B?
Plan B. Plan B. Plan B. B
Bartleby's
for
Dragger.
Bartleby.
Dagger. Bartleby's Dagger.
Each of you go ahead and roll me history checks while you're doing this planning and thinking about the future. Let's see how well your past informs what is
17.
yet to come.
Also 17.
Okay.
20.
The dirty 20.
12.
Dirty 20.
All right.
Very dirty 20. Big modifier on that one.
With a 17 Daedra, having already faced Cryovan once, you feel confident that if you can get his attention, you have the capability as a a an experienced fighter to uh, be patient with your attacks and wait for the dragon to come to you by holding your action in the right moment, even if it's not within reach on your turn. Um, with a 17 Carrick, you have occasionally used uh, ropes and arrows together at home, and um, making when you were younger, making fun, movement based scenarios through the woods, and you think that that kind of thing could conceivably work. Professor, there's some truth to what Professor's saying, that you maybe can't shoot an arrow quite as far with the rope attached to it. But if you draw back a little farther than normal, you can probably get a little bit of oomph on that arrow. And especially if you use your planar magic to really carry the rope forward. That seems feasible to you. With a 12, Kimbo, you like the idea of, you're still fond of the idea of distracting it somehow, using something else, some way. But you also are familiar enough with mountain terrain to know that wherever you end up being on the side of this mountain is going to also have its own sorts of opportunities and challenges that will be provided once you're there. And Professor, with a dirty 20, you are suddenly inspired to never use rope trick ever again. I don't know why. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
You remembered you almost died once.
Let me think here. With the dirty 20, you think back to your studies of dragonkind, and you're reminded of the aggression, the feline-like prowess of the white variety, but also the somewhat limited mental faculties and poise that other dragons enjoy. They don't necessarily come so easily to a white dragon, let alone one that is still somewhat younger in its life. And you are cautiously optimistic that you could maybe use that to your advantage in the dragon's lair, perhaps. But you also can't help but think that the dragon's lair itself might also provide its own challenges. And I will then tell you above table that you guys, likely will have more opportunities to keep discussing and strategizing, and you can bring Bartleby into the conversation eventually, hopefully, too. So feel free to keep talking about this if you'd like to, but we can also move on if you're not sure what else to say at the moment. That's okay.
Professor, I almost got bucked off that baby a few times. Can you help me design like a meat hook or two that I can carry?
Like, I can help with that.
So can I.
No, I don't want to talk to this guy. He's a hustler. He's a joker.
Talk to the guy. Kimbo, okay?
Did you check the
He's
rope?
okay.
Make sure it's even good.
It's
Yeah,
great
no,
rope.
Don't want my rope.
good.
I can keep my rope.
I'm not. It's
I'll
just
find
No,
good
yes,
use
we
for
do
my
find
rope.
I'm
If
not
you
talking.
won't find good use for my rope, that's
No,
fine.
I'm not talking to you.
I mean, it's a hook, maybe like a wooden T handle. It's not that complicated. I mean, the scales could provide a real challenge. Maybe more of a binder for the rope would be helpful, so that you have something to hold on to instead of just the raw rope.
Grappling hook.
I was planning on tying the rope around my waist. To be completely frank with you guys.
Just tie
That
the
was-
rope to the hook and throw the hook.
Hey, Professor, can the rope from Rope Trick fall out?
Not until the trick is dismissed.
So we could tie the Rope Trick rope around the dragon, and the dragon will be stuck.
I mean, if the rope is as
Like
strong as the
tethered.
dragon, yes. Maybe.
Oh, that's a good point. Still a dragon.
Kill a dragon.
Excuse me, dwarf. Are you able to make us a sort of dragon lasso? Fireproof, iceproof, incredibly strong.
I'm going to need some coffee.
See, I'll talk these guys.
Well, I think I'm settled. I'm going to take this rope, which I will definitely use. I'm going to stick to my normal plan. All right? I'm going to shoot some arrows. Huh. And I'm going to walk out the door.
I'm gonna take the professor's drawing. I think he made of the meat hooks. I'm gonna start pounding some metal because I too am proficient with smith weapon or smith tools.
Are you
Oh.
really?
I sure am.
Hell
Okay. So, what is it you're trying to craft here? Talking
Yeah,
about
a couple meat hooks that I can gain purchase.
just like that you can hold on to with your hands to climb.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
I used to do a lot of odds and ends and fixing stuff around the monastery, so I know my way around a hammer and some iron.
I'm going to realize nobody followed me, walk back in, and start playing. like, oh, yeah, we aren't ready yet. And then I'll pull out my cards and I'll sit in a corner and play cards with myself.
While a couple settlers kind of notice what you got going on over there and take a break from their efforts to come get in on the action. Kimbo, you're going to start going to work on the metal, so go ahead and roll for me an athletics check.
19.
All right, and you are you proficient in athletics?
Yes.
You are able to make a couple of these sorts of meat hooks that you can try to. You know they would work well on flesh. You're not sure how it's going to go up against dragon scales, but you do feel a bit of self-confidence in the fact that if anybody can drive these babies into the scale of a dragon, it's you. And after a couple more hours, you're able to craft those and feel pretty good about their construction. Went well.
All right. I want to take him to that smug smithy and be like, "What do you think?"
Yes, he kind of examines. I'm not sure there's much of anything I can do to help you after all.
I look at it. I'm like, it's crap.
He leans over to you, Dadger, and he's like, I would have made them a bit prettier.
Yeah, me too, probably. Thankfully, we don't really need them to be.
No, you don't. That is why I humbly say what I say.
There, you said that there's people that kind of came in to check up on the rustling and bustling.
Some people came over to Carrick's card game and were getting in, asking to be dealt in
Oh,
with the cards. But what were you inquiring about, Kimbo?
just kind of asking if they wanted to fight a dragon. Hey, ting, ting. You want to fight a dragon? Ting, ting, ting. Save your house, save your home. Ting, ting.
What is your persuasion modifier?
It's bad. It's -1.
Oh my.
Roll persuasion.
That's a one.
No, you rolled a 0.
It's such a
Zero.
pretty,
Zero.
it's such a pretty dice to
Just
get
like-
such an ugly number.
Just focus.
Die.
Ting. Hey, you want to go? Ting, ting. Ting, 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 ting. Make an aim for ting, ting, ting. What do you say?
Oh fuck. The number on your check is the number of people that volunteer, unfortunately.
Yep.
So
but
-1,
do
so one of
please-
us leaves.
do please take inspiration for that beautiful bit of roleplay and a good effort. A good effort.
Wonder if anyone's ever rolled 0 and gotten inspiration before.
Oh man.
Oh, the next one was a 2. This dice needs to go to jail.
Andrew, you're just kind of looking funny at Kimbo while you're working on the basket. Like, what is he going on about? You can't even understand his words while he's focused in. Just grumbling, shirtless Goliath, just like sweating beside the billows. And you just kind of dismiss him for a moment and continue back on focused on your project. And that continues to go well so far, but we're a couple hours in now to the process. Go ahead and roll me another athletics check.
I'm very, very proficient in athletics, so this better be good. That is a total of 10.
Okay.
It wasn't very good.
Go ahead and add for me your proficiency bonus to that, because you're proficient with the tools as well.
I don't remember how that works.
What's your proficiency bonus?
Should be +3.
I think it's 3. I don't think you're to 4 yet.
Top left, just
Next
below
to your walking
basic
speed.
stats.
Oh, so 13.
Okay, with a 13, you're kind of getting a little tired, and the beginner's luck muscle memory is starting to wear off a little bit. But Professor, you have been diligent in watching, so go ahead and roll for me. Let's say let's just say an intelligence check.
Jesus. 10.
Okay, with a 10, and now an hour later, you try to weigh in with some direction, Professor, and not an hour later, you're standing there admiring Dieter's handiwork with this new basket completed. And like a drunk's handwriting that you can kind of see, it gets a little sloppier as it goes. steadily worse. It's kind of the opposite. Like it's pretty solid base and foundation. It looks structurally sound, but like it's angled a little wrong, and it's the width of the straps around the side are different, and it starts to get a little uglier as you go up. But it is functional, and you have created this wire, or this cage like basket that Kimbo can bear with not too much trouble, considering everything else he's wearing. What it will do for you is while you are in the cage, you will have half cover from attacks. Um, it won't protect you against magical effects.
Good enough.
Is there anything else you're trying to accomplish with that you didn't, or that I didn't understand?
I mean, I've got ideas if we play this campaign to level 13 or so. I don't remember where it actually is. But no, that's the gist in the meantime.
Okay.
Uh,
Alrighty. Deirdre, you're pretty pleased with your handiwork, and you do think your dad would be proud. And as you've gotten to use this long lost skill of your heritage, and actually constructed something functional, go ahead and take inspiration as well. Yeah.
I did pretty good for, not having done anything in 4 or 5 years.
It's like a
Carrick,
glove.
how's the card game going?
Just from over in the corner, you just hear me yell, "Oh my gosh! I just got a 3, 4, and a 7!" And then one of the guys I'm playing with just like, "Shut up! That doesn't mean anything for the 10th time."
You're turning into caboose.
Are you?
I guess I sort of am, aren't I? Tired of shit. But I like where this is going.
That's fantastic. Did you have any money on the line here?
I don't think so.
Okay, well, one of them kind of is realizing that like you have no idea what you're talking about, and so he's like jumps in too, and he's like, "How about we put a little something on this?"
I'm like, "Oh yeah, what are you thinking? Like a blood bet? Like
His
one of us has to
certitude
go out with
fight
the other
try
one's
again.
sister or something?"
Well, either a blowjob or 5 gold. It's up to you.
Oh, 5 gold. That's yeah, sure.
All right. So, rather than actually using cards, he offers to play you in a game of rollies.
Oh, I've never actually done this before. This is fun.
If you roll the same number, it's just a reroll,
Okay.
and whoever gets higher wins
Always been on the
the bet amount.
Okay.
I mean, it's just kind of like it's my life savings here, so what's the worst that could happen?
5 gold is life saving.
He starts playing the cards with you. But he's gonna try to sneak an extra card in. So I'm gonna need you to roll for me a perception check.
Perception. That's a 25.
You don't see anything.
Holy shit.
What? Okay.
Because he just rolled a nat 20 on his stealth attack.
No, I rolled a 19. Damn it.
Oh my god. So, he's now going to get advantage on his rolly roll.
That's fucking bullshit.
It's pretty bullshit, man. That's funny.
It's okay. It's just 5 gold. I'm not.
It's like the
worried about
only
it.
roll I've had tonight at all, and it was a
It's
nat
fine.
20. It's the only thing I've rolled.
I've rolled below average, like 6 out of 7 rolls tonight.
Yeah, you're not
Like
rolling well.
that is not.
Hey,
You took all my luck.
it's a good non-combat night to not roll well,
Yeah,
I suppose.
a good
Yeah,
day to roll
this-
shitty. That's
Yeah.
That's true. We still got the backpack working. All right.
All right, rollies, here we go. Diadra, you want to go check his roll for me?
Who's checking your roll? Oh,
You have so many
See
dice.
that? Yes, I
So-
do.
Oh!
Crap. What did you just freaking roll? Fuck! Give me them life savings, bitch.
Man, what the fuck, dude? You like
I told you
Like
7, 3, and
five?
2.
what? And he's just like muttering to himself as he like walks away. He's like, what the fuck is?
Turns out that Carrick's been hustling all night. He actually knew
Carrick?
how to play the card game.
He's hustling in the corner while you guys are building shit. And Carrick, go ahead and take some inspiration for that, my friend.
Woo!
That was
when
I
that guy's
I
walking
had
away,
5 gold.
when that guy's walking away, I want to grab his shoulder and be like, "You want a chance to earn it back?"
I don't have like anything left. Like fuck feeding my family. Like I got 1 gold. What do you want to do with my 1 gold?
We just need someone to carry some stuff with us. Yeah, crazy job. You just have to carry this backpack. Hey, when
Carry where? What are you talking about?
Oh, I don't really know where we're going. I just know that we're going somewhere a little bit far, and I got this new backpack, so kind of looking to see if somebody wants to carry my old one. Apparently, we're going to some weird S-word altar place. We're gonna find a lot of gold.
So you want me to basically be your pack mule?
No, more of a pack man.
Waka 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 waka.
Waka waka. What?
Yeah, because we're gonna
Anyway.
do lots of walking.
Ah.
10 gold.
10 gold to walk with you and carry your pack.
Yeah.
Roll persuasion, please.
Fuck.
Yeah. Roll persuasion.
This one's in his little dice jail. 14.
I just aren't. So, this isn't quite adding up for me. Aren't you the ones going to fight the dragon?
Eventually.
You think I'm gonna carry your pack anywhere near a fucking dragon for 10 gold?
Yeah, because you just lost your 5 to the elf. You lost your 5 to the elf.
So I could work to slowly make it back, or I could
Watch
get
your
10
family
and
starve.
die in a horrible death too. But listen, don't get me wrong. I appreciate the offer of employment.
Thank you.
Oh, what a sweetheart. Oh my
I know,
gosh.
right?
Wow. I appreciate the offer of employment. I wouldn't go near that dragon for anything less than 25 gold.
Done.
I'll pay you 5 gold just to stay here and tell everybody to not listen.
We have
to
an
him.
accord.
As he starts to shake your hand, here's Diadra weigh in on the side. What is it you said, Diadra?
I said, I'll pay you 5 gold to stay here and tell everybody else to not listen to him.
Right, I could just make my 5 gold back just by staying here and not doing shit.
I mean, maybe you could help out around or something. See if Halia needs anything. But, yeah.
Well, what the fuck is going on with you two?
I have
Did I
no
hear you
idea,
say you
man.
have 5 more gold?
25.
Do you want to come play again?
Give me like 3 minutes.
You got it.
to go from me to
This
him
is
to you.
fucking Luis in the casino in Wendover last weekend. We went over there with our buddy who likes to like play poker for his bachelor party, which was mostly him playing poker and the rest of us not. And Luis is like, "Look, I got this figured out. We got to go back to the roulette table."
That doesn't sound
Like,
like the right
dude,
option.
the math is not complicated. Like, it's slightly worse than a coin toss because there's 2 zeros on there. He's like, no, I got this.
Oh no.
So this guy you're talking to is like, well, I like the terms of your offer quite a bit better, but he's offering me quite a bit more. Perhaps 20 gold to stay here if he's going to give me 25 to go.
Well, I mean, if you really want to go and die, that's not really any of my business, but I thought it'd be nice and at least try to give you your gold back. So anything beyond that, that's on you.
I turn to Diadra and I say, "You think he's gonna die? That just speaks volumes about us. You think we're gonna die?"
Well, I'm going to try to not let anybody die, but...
Play 5 gold, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. All you gotta do is carry this backpack. Follow us. You'll be right in between me and Carrick the whole way.
You can't promise that.
Ain't that right, Carrick?
Yep, you got it. Cross my fingers, hope to die.
Will there be certain opportunities for advancement along the way?
Oh, of course, we're nothing but
Oh,
fair.
you want to fight the dragon with us? Because that's an open position.
People like you seem to make quite a bit more money than people like me. Is it possible that there is more money to be made on the trip?
Yeah, you're
I don't
gonna have
see
to
why
ask
not.
somebody else for that. I'm just
Just the hype man.
yeah.
I don't see why not. You know, if we come across anything, we'll make sure we add you into the division of assets that we acquire on our journey.
I'm so in, and he starts shaking your hand like fiercely.
What's your name there, fellow?
My name
He's so disappointed.
is Kyleron Jamesiel the Fifth, and I may have lied a little bit about having a family before. This is actually perfect for someone like me.
This is
Not tied
perfect
down
for
in the
someone like you.
slightest. I've been
Not tied down in
really
the
excited about
slightest.
maybe dipping my toe into this sort of industry
hand
for
there.
a while here. So this could
I grab Diadra and I just start like shaking her, like not tied down, single man, just looking to dip his toe into this. Welcome to the buddy guys.
I can't wait to go on a real adventure. That's really what. And we can. What was your name, sir? Gesturing at Carrick.
Oh yeah, I'm Carrick. And speaking of names, we're gonna have to do something about yours. It's a bit of a mouthful.
Kyle.
So from now
Kyle
on-
would be
KJ.
fine. Kyle
KJ.
seems like a reasonable simplification of Kyleron.
We can workshop that a bit, and I'm gonna win that 5 gold back from you before before we are back, having slayed a dragon together.
This guy's gonna
25 gold. Here I come. And he just begins gathering up his few personal belongings. And
All right.
it's getting ready to join you.
I'm
on
just
your
gonna
journey.
whisper over to Kimbo, like, you really are getting this guy to come with us for 25 gold?
We needed bait. We got it.
I guess.
And he
Wow.
seems enthusiastic.
Yeah. I hope he doesn't die, honestly. He's got spunk.
He sure does.
I think I'm out of date on the slang. Spunk meant something different 20 years ago.
Yeah, it did.
Still means that today.
It does.
Back when you were doing your philandering, you were talking about. Professor. Is that what you were referring to?
A 4 year ago.
For
Well,
you.
hey, you know,
We're like, last night we saw you in that halfling.
I mean, I wasn't gonna say anything. But
I usually
You sly dog.
I was soundly asleep. Maybe we can stay another night?
Of course, Professor. Anything to help a friend out. I don't mind waiting longer. Dragon's not going anywhere. We hope.
I mean, we could be going to our deaths, I suppose. One more night if we need.
Just fucking standing there. Alrighty. So when do we leave to go find this place we were looking for before? Carrick, what was it called? The fondue
The
sultana?
The fountain of salt. That dude just got it.
Saffron?
Sassafras. Sarsaparilla.
Saltine.
Savra.
Who wants to know about Savras?
Savras!
do.
Sorry, what?
Sassafras. I need to remember that. Because I am actually forgetting the word every time.
I am too.
Whoever wants to know about Savras, roll me a religion check.
Religion. That's a yellow dice sort of roll.
Well, apparently, Prof said he knows about religions at some point.
Never mind.
So,
That is
I'm gonna roll that.
that's a 3. So we're just gonna pretend I didn't roll that one.
15.
Continuing to roll like shit. That's a 9.
A 9. Okay, so, Kimbo, who was the god you worshipped at your monastery? Do you remember?
Oh gosh, no.
It's probably Kellumbor, right?
Let me.
I think it was Kellumbor. That's all right. I don't think it matters. But Carrick and Professor, you remember the name being associated with sorts of like soothsayers and crystal balls, and a bit of like a gypsy nomadic culture. It's kind of all you really remember about them. In your specific studies at the monastery of other gods and religions, Kimbo, you learned that Savras was portrayed as a man with a crystalline face, like transparent, and his followers claimed that he always spoke in clear, concise statements. And was worshipped as a god of diviners and truth speakers both. uh, those who followed him most were who were most devout to him um, were often clerics and wizards of divination, and that's it.
Alrighty. So, folks, when do you want to go? I got my meat hooks. Carrick's got some rope tied to an arrow. Ross got your backpack. Did I add you anything you needed? Needed? We got you a friend.
How's tomorrow morning sound? Professor can have one last night with his friend. We can
Ooh,
all
yeah.
just nice and relaxed.
Reach
And then
into
we
my
can
bag,
go on our perilous journey.
pull out 2 bottles of beer, and give it to the professor. There you go, buddy. Just conjure up some cheese and crackers.
Tomorrow morning suits me fine. Ah. And above table, I checked. I actually only have to get to level 8. There's when I was talking about using the basket more, Warcaster allows you to cast spells one-handed and hold a shield. we got goals. We got plans. It's a feat. Anyway,
Get back to me on that later. Okay, so are you guys staying the rest of another period here? The rest of another day-night cycle? Or are you going ahead and head out into the late afternoon? Early evening?
I'm voting for staying another night.
Yeah, me too. I'd like have a full day. We can
Okay.
travel instead of getting caught outside at night.
Okay.
Diana could
So
always use more sleep.
you guys want to travel during the day?
Yeah.
Okay. Across
Seems
the
that the
plains.
dragon attacked at night or twilight before, if I recall.
Sounds
Mhm.
correct.
Yeah.
Dragons are sort of nocturnal-ish.
So, anything else you guys want to do for the evening?
I'm going to use that hot running water to actually do a proper wash up after being beat almost to death and spending the day in the smithy.
That sounds
I'm
like a
gonna
plan.
sharpen my blade.
Sounds good. All right.
I'm gonna sit down our new hire and go over some HR stuff.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay.
Show him the ropes whilst brewing more beers.
All right. Brewing more beers. Anybody else?
Um,
Right.
Prof feeling less dead and more in danger of becoming so in the future is going to return to said halfling with more receptive approaches. Something along the smooth and silky lines of, mind if I share your bed again tonight?
Smooth.
She turns around from, you could just kind of facing her curly red hair. And she turns around and her eyes kind of. Oh, is that you? And she regards your now clean, pretty features, your distinguished gnome beard, and he's kind of. I'm really more into the rugged type.
Pull out the beer. Pull out the beer. Pull out the beer.
It's okay.
No.
I don't mean to sound ungrateful for everything that
No.
you've done for us.
No, it's all quite all right. Thank you. Thank you for sharing place for old bones last night. Sleep tight.
Come here, buddy.
No agenda. He's had his fun, century back, before all this nonsense about dragons actually coming into the South began. He's perfectly happy just to get an actual night's sleep too.
All right. Sounds good. So you go ahead and get yourself comfortable alongside Diadra. Opposite sides, I'm guessing.
Sure.
Like you did last night.
Nah, I spoon him.
You snuggle them up.
Small spoon.
Small spoon. Snuggle them up. Snuggle them up real good. Kimbo, you're going over your stuff with Kyleron.
Must be French. Kai Laron.
Laron.
LeBron.
Is there anything specifically you need to tell him, or just like you did? We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, we're just going over like his duties, how to react, stay between me and Carrick. When we tell you to do something, you do it. But we're always open to new ideas, and we look forward to hearing your ideas.
I really can't wait to get out on the road, and this just seems perfect. So, where are we going?
Oh, in the morning when daybreak. One last thing. Do you have any like special skills? Can you jump
special
high?
skills.
You good with a bow?
My mother always said I had a rascally smile. I could get whatever I wanted with the way I smiled. Not sure if that would be useful or not. It's one of my favorite things about myself.
Your smile?
He's your persuasion.
That's cute. Can work against Carrick though. Maybe his smile's better, hey?
Well, I can't thank you enough. Where are we going, by the way?
The professor knows what we're doing.
On that note, Professor, you're getting cozied up and warm within Diadra's embrace, and you feel a strong motivation to examine how you look in the mirror you acquired recently. And you just really want to see, you got cleaned up and everything. You just really want to see how good you look, and you kind of think the halfling probably had it wrong. You hope.
Because I feel like the magical effects are worrying with the professor's cautiousness about magical effects. I'm just going to do a coin toss with my favorite color D8 because I don't have anything in front of me. So
if you think you don't, you wouldn't necessarily do it, then we can also go ahead and do a wisdom save, if you would like. Although I'm fine with your method if you're happy
Yeah,
with that.
it's just a coin toss. So, because like, yeah, all the things you just said, including the magical effect, are competing with his decades, centuries of experience being around magical objects, right?
Absolutely.
So that's a 7. He stays in bed. He's like, "Fuck no, we're not screwing with that shit." maybe maybe sometime he'll take a closer look, but tonight is not the time.
Maybe it'll, you'd look better in the morning light anyway. And as the professor pushes down the compulsion he feels within to re-examine his shiny new artifact, you all close your eyes again for another full rest, and we will pick up next week, hopefully with Bartleby, and on our way to the Shrine of Saphras, if you can find it.
Probably not.
We'll
Yeah,
find
it's
it.
kind of on the way. This guy seems to really want to kill a dragon, anyways. So
I think he just wants the 25 gold.
okay, if we kill a
He
dragon with
must
him,
be-
I'll give him 25 gold.
So did he set up like a next of kin with you, Kimbo, or?
All the paperwork is being forwarded to HR. It's all taken care of.
Okay.
And Matt gets to make up a character sheet, maybe.
Yeah.
He is, he's a commoner.
We'll
He
see
is
if
a
wants them.
commoner.
Oh shit!
I might-
He's gonna die.
I might make him a sidekick for Kimbo. We'll have to see. We'll have to see here.
Angela can play him.
We'll have to see how he develops.
Yeah, there you go. Get Angela in it.
Angela, we got a perfect role for you. It's TJ's sidekick.
Woo!
I
You're
bet
pretty
she'd be
useless and you don't
enjoying
know much, so it's perfect.
That might be the kind of pitch that convinces
And
her, actually.
your name's Kyle.
Kyle.
it. Kai. We can just call him Kai. Sounds like a girl.
Prof is calling him Kyle, full stop. Nothing anybody else can do about it.
His name's just getting shorter and shorter. Pretty soon we're just gonna call him K.
I mean, I started off with KJ. I thought that was nice and compact.
Doesn't his
Okay.
last name start with A though?
I
I thought it was a J, but
couldn't hear the second half of it.
he's KJ now.
I'm just gonna call him Squire all the time.
Squire.
One of us is gonna have to watch the stream just to figure out what the guy's name is, because it seems like none of us know.
We're all assuming Matt isn't going to tell us.
Oh yeah,
So
I
you made
have
it up
all
on
of
the
my
spot.
names written down and
And
come up
wrote
with
it
all of them in
down.
advance, and none of them are made up on the spot. And none
I
of them
got
are
one, boys.
extensive, extended versions of the same syllables that will likely eventually lead to the party calling someone Kyle.
I mean, Kyleron is a cool name, but he's getting called Kyle because I'm like, what is the word? Old people have a shorter working memory, right? Like women have post-menopause, they have a shorter working memory, but men hit it too, and I don't remember what the word is for men, but there's a word. It's like short working memory.
Yeah.
Is that what happened? Did I hit menopause?
Yeah.
If you haven't yet, you will soon, Teach. We
I
all
think
go
I'm
through it
the oldest
eventually.
one here, man.
All right, I gotta run quick tonight and try to do something else for work.
Okay, everybody say
so-
bye to our awesome viewer who was actually like talking and chatting and hanging out.
Oh yeah, who's
Oh,
that?
there's a guy in
Yeah,
chat.
well, I can't say his name. I just don't know his.
Hey, thanks for hanging out and watching, and I'm
Cool.
looking forward to going back and reading the chat. I'm
Thank you, random citizen.
not convinced we were worth that many hours of your Wednesday night, but
It's
I'll
a
take
Wednesday.
it.
The competition is pretty low.
Awesome. All right, you guys. Love y'all and goodbye.
Love you,
Bye,
bye.
buddy.
Same.
Bye, stream.
Oh, Diadra, we're gonna totally kill Kyle.
No,
But
he's
we're
going to
in
be
hangout
collateral
mode.
damage.
He's gonna be collateral damage, but he opted for it.
TJ, I got this whole thing planned out. So we got the backpack now. We're gonna keep reinforcing it. At level 8, I can take the what did I say? Battle magic feat, which lets me wield a shield and cast at the same time. And the shield is a lid for the backpack. So
Oh,
we got the full cover, half cover, like we're just gonna turn into like a full blown raging barbarian monk with range in his backpack. It's a whole thing.
So, are you gonna want to stay on my back when I'm on the dragon?
My plan is to strat this out so that I never have to walk around again, including during combat.
Good luck, DJ.
Is it
Oh, I
Warcaster?
have to go too.
Warcaster, yeah.
Bye.
That
Love you.
sounds right.
Bye.
Love you, bye.